Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to our AI news show. Today, we have got a special show. We are doing a Whisper update, and we've got Matt Spence, one of the co-founders of the team, with us, joining us for this video. And the reason for that is we have got some big news that we want to share with the audience. So this is a big Whisper update, and it's something that we have been hinting at that we're working towards, and that is the fact that we have gone open source. So as they say, don't trust, verify,
really
and we can prove that we are now private. There you go.
We got
Absolutely. So this is great. Thanks, Matt, for joining us. I thought it'd be great to get you in on the show to share your technical expertise and your perspective, particularly for those who are more technically minded. And the fact that you've obviously done, all the heavy lifting behind the scenes, pushing it to go open source. So I thought today's format's a little bit different for our Whisper update videos that we usually do once a week. And I thought I'd just do a little bit of a question and answers. So I'll fire some questions at you guys, and we can sort of share those answers with the audience, if that's all right, mate.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get into it.
Brilliant. Right, guys. First question for you, Matt. What would you say is the biggest challenge in preparing the code base for open source release?
It's probably a mixture of a few technical factors. I think there's obviously the easiest one, which is almost a trap, and that is making sure that the code base is high quality enough to best represent our capabilities. And the reason why this crosses the mind is because Whisper for us for the last 2 months has been a research and experimentation code base. So we have certainly explored a lot of different options to get to where we are today. And it's so important that we then scale back a lot of the code that we didn't use, but also introduce a lot more stability that actually wasn't there whilst we were experimenting our way to where we are today. So yeah, one factor is definitely improving the quality of the code that's there. But I think there are other important factors too, like making sure there's enough documentation. We want to make sure that when developers are coming to our code base, that they've got enough guidance. And there are quite a few other factors that come into it too, but those are the big swingers, really.
Brilliant. And walk us through some, what someone can actually verify when they look at the Whisper code. What are they actually seeing?
So they are seeing the full code base of the app. Every single detail of the app is available to review. And that includes things simple like the UI, but it also includes literally the very code that we've got to run the intelligence on your phone. So there are many different aspects that make up the app to achieve that effect. But you can see all the way in, you can see every dependency that we're using. So every sub bit of tech that is bundled into the app to support the functionality. Across the whole swathe, you can see right through. There is nothing that's hidden.
And is there sorry, Matt, I was just going to jump in. Is there any part of the code base that you're most excited about for developers contributing? Is there anything sort of that's jumping out at you?
Honestly, all of it. I think there's a lot for developers to bring to the table. We've got what the user gets to experience, so what the layout of the app is, how it looks, how it functions. I think a lot of developers can bring some UX improvements to the app. But obviously there's all of the logic and hard work that goes into the intelligence too. And I say that word very loosely because there are all sorts of things we have explored and then want to explore too. And that is where developers can come in and help us achieve, I think, a higher quality experience. Just to touch on a couple of examples, this might be offering more tool use, so bringing internet to Whisper, or bringing the ability to read documents and sort of work with the user's notes. All of those ideas, that's to come, and that's going to require a lot of good developmental work behind the scenes to make it happen. And yeah, that's certainly another key area that we could benefit from, from some support with other contributors.
Brilliant. And talking about the license specifically, it's open source, but under a fair source license. And there's obviously something different, from MIT, etc. But why? Just to share with the audience, why did we choose that? Why did we go down that path?
Yeah, no, that was quite the the road trip for all like the whole team, really, wasn't it? We spent a good week deliberating it, and I think it came up like it does naturally for any author when they're publishing code open source. You need to think about what sort of access do you want the public to have to your code. No matter what license you go for, if you're going to open it up to the public, they're going to see the code, but there's another kind of level of what do you want to allow the public to do with your code. And I think we're very conscious that we want to encourage openness with our users and with the community, so they can see for themselves that our app is safe, it's private. And then there is the other remit of wanting to encourage people to contribute to it too, but we do want to protect the interests of our community too. And I think we've been trying to carefully balance that. The one thing we really don't want to do, and I know all three of us are going to be on the same page on this one, is, in quotation marks, kind of rug pull our users. We don't want to go out fully open source with a complete, maybe an MIT license, and then in, say, half a year's time, realize it's not actually a good fit for our user base, and then go to a more restricted license. I think that would create a lot of potential friction with our users, and it's also just not fair. So we've decided to go for a more restricted license to begin with, and we'll sort of see how that plays out. I think we're all feeling pretty confident that it's the right choice, but if we also want to change our mind, it's a lot easier to release the restrictions than it is to add them on. But yeah, a lot of careful thought went into it. As for the actual license, maybe you can back me up on this one, Will, but I think it's called Polyform Non-Commercial, I want to say.
The one. That's
the one, yeah. And a little bit of credit to you, because like we're all hunting around for a fitting license, and as it turns out, that's a very big world. But this seems to be a good fit for us at the moment. But.
Brilliant. And one final question, Spence. Obviously, we're looking to build a community of developers to contribute and help shape the privacy first AI mission. Do you have any thoughts yet on how we're going to maintain those safeguards, maintain our privacy first principles, or is that still to come? Do we need to sort of work that out as we grow the community of developers contributing?
Certainly both. I think for now our process is going to be heavy on us reviewing contributions. So whenever a developer submits new code for Whisper, it will go through what is called a pull request system, and this is just where our team reviews the code in great detail, and will share feedback too if needed, and fully understand the contribution before it's added to the code base. And then this is kind of where the responsibility is heavily on us to make sure it's safe. But I think as we begin to grow as a community, that process will very much evolve. Some of it will be led by what our community has to say, and I think some of it will be led by what we discover and what we research as well. What are the safeguards that we need to prioritize the most? I think we've got a very good idea of what a 100% private app looks like, but I think there will be areas of reality that we have to kind of bridge over the coming months as well. So yeah, it's certainly going to be an evolving conversation, and to begin with, we're certainly just going to be politely treating every contribution as semi-hostile, but also very much welcoming it too.
Brilliant. So let's bring Will into the conversation. Thanks for joining us, Will. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good. Very excited about this, phase, as I'm sure you are.
Absolutely.
How do you see the open source changing the product roadmap or the development speed?
Well, this is the thing. This is what is so unique about taking a product open source, is that it does completely change the roadmap, the velocity, as you said, of the project. And I'm hoping that it's going to be absolutely no different for Whisper. I think it's only going to be an elevation of it, because what it does is it welcomes in everybody that is interested in that product in a way that is far more intimate than a normal relation with a company or a service that you are using. My personal hope, and obviously everyone's going to have their own sort of motivations and things that they want out of the other side of this, but my personal hope is that this really encourages people to be involved in the development of Whisper. I think it's naive to think that as a team, we have all of the answers to self-sovereign AI or privacy-focused AI. So my hope is that we can bring in new expertise, new ideas, new thought to help develop this product into something that really serves the community well and pushes what our mission and vision actually is. So for me, that's the most exciting thing about this is having the new thought and the new eyes and the new sort of drive from hopefully the community that's going to come of this.
Interesting. That brings me on to my other question, Will, was what type of contributors do you hope to see come to the table? Is it privacy advocates? Is it people who care about self-sovereignty, AI developers? What sort of, do you have a preference?
No, I mean, all of the above, right? I think it'd be great to have a great breadth of people that are interested. I would say if you're interested in privacy, if you're interested in AI, if you're interested in security, then you should come and get involved. There's going to be a whole range of things that you will be able to get involved. I think one of the things that is a slight misconception with taking a project open source is that you're asking just for code contributions. You're not necessarily. You're actually welcoming suggestions, ideas, community management. So I think if you're interested in any of that, that is something that you can get involved with. So for me, obviously, I love the technical as much as Matt does. So, I enjoy technical contributions. But do you know what? I also really enjoy it when you dive into issues and you're having conversations with people that know something or have a particular idea or a particular set of expertise, and how can we apply those ideas to the product. So no, I just find it really exciting because there is always an energy behind open source as well, that everyone's pushing for some greater vision and purpose, and I'm hoping that can be replicated here again with Whisper.
That's brilliant. Listen, guys, thanks for that, Will. That was really insightful, and Matt, and I hope the community got something out of it. Would love to know what you guys have got to say and what you guys have got to think. Please do share your thoughts in the comments. As far as Whisper's concerned, we're open source, guys. So come and join us.
Very
join
exciting.
us in Discord. Find our website. The links are there. And come and join the community. We are active on X, and we've got some announcement channels on Telegram and WhatsApp. But fundamentally, most of our comms is on Discord. So for now, let us know what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. It's a big moment. It's a big, transparency push and a building the community push that we want to sort of encourage. Yeah, come and join us. It's great to have you here, and we'll say goodbye for now. Take care, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.